So Punjab is really starting to gain a lot of strength here. Again, I'm wondering if a great power like Qing or Russia is going to get involved. I don't think so. Qing seems to be pretty isolated right now. And obviously there's just all these smaller Indian nations to the south that they could easily eat up at any point. And also with this loss of land that Persia just saw in their Eastern Persian Empire, this is also going to possibly make the Ottomans a lot stronger. I'm just checking if these guys were protected by anybody, but they're not. I don't know why the Ottomans have really been reluctant to go to war. They could have really just started wiping out everybody by now. But anyways, this could be an opportunity for the Ottomans to gain more control over kind of the Shia region of the Middle East. Let's go ahead and check how Shia this is. Yeah, it is entirely Shia. That's going to cause some kind of religious disunity or ununity, which is only going to make the situation that the Ottomans having to deal with, where they're dealing with a lot of rebels, probably a lot worse, to be honest. So yeah, also I didn't realize nothing came from this war between the UAE and Naj. That probably happened a long time ago. I apologize, Drew. Got to get on my game. Anyways, let's go ahead and press play and see. Let's check in on a few of the wars that are going on. We've got Thailand at war with the British, trying to expand into British Bengal. I believe that's what they kind of want to do. Yes. Ooh, and we had the first alliance from Qing. Okay, so that's the first sign of a non-isolated Qing. They're also allied to Manchuria, which is where? Was that Manchuria? Huh. Where's Manchuria? I did not see them. Is there a smaller nation inside of... I have no idea what that means. Oh, okay. Wow, I had no idea. If I knew this nation was here, I probably would have picked them to win Asia. But man, well, that's not fair. Thanks a lot, game. Anyways, Thailand is probably going to be successful in their war against British Bengal. I'm thinking. Yes. Yeah, they will. They also have Pegu here, kind of pushing further into these forces. Because again, the British aren't even like, they're not even protecting these lands. They're not here. They're not at all doing anything to protect these lands at all, which is strange. Revolutionaries have popped up everywhere, actually. Revolutionaries have really starting to take over all over the map, which is strange. So the British are at war because they are... Is there an... Oh, that's right, Spain. Spain's going after Gibraltar, and they will more than likely get that. Okay, that was another war that had occurred. Venezuela and the Netherlands. So we've got two British wars. What else is surprising? The British are constantly in at least 2 or 3 wars at all times in this campaign. They have been, at least. Portugal's still not peacing out with Joloffe just yet. We have, what else? Hamburg, Hanover. Hanover is about to get, I believe, destroyed from the campaign. UPCA they are in 3 wars, never mind. But the UPCA aren't super dominating. They're at -6 war score. I don't know why that is happening. We have the Shoshone probably going to get eaten up by the Russian colony in North America. And Naples not doing so well because the Ottomans were able to get, I guess, military access through both the Papal State and Austria, which was crazy. Wait a second, where did you really send your regiments back? Did you really do that? I do not understand. The Ottoman AI, as well as the Egyptians, have been so weird, so strange in some of their processes. Really, I mean, I know that they're dealing with a lot. I know that they have to deal with, like, the religious issue is probably causing them so much, just because a lot of these lands are Orthodox, as well as I know that you're dealing with other issues all over the place. Still, the Ottomans could be probably one of the strongest in the game. Oh, that's right. I did promise, I think we were supposed to go over the ledger. Let's go ahead and go over the ledger as this is processing in the background as best as we can. Now, we checked on this in the last video, but I wanted to do it at the beginning of an episode. So we've got Russia, again, starting to really dominate in terms of their military, which I actually really like. I think Russia, in order for Russia to be successful, they've got to have a large military. Just because, you know, they've got so many different fronts. It's only fair for the AI. If we don't see Russia with a strong military, then they're going to get wiped out every single time. And I don't want to see Russia get wiped out every single time. So really, no one can really pose a threat, I guess, but Qing. And Qing's got an alliance, so that's good. I don't even know, real quick, let's just check on the alliances of Russia. They're allied to Austria and the USA. That's right, so that's big. That's really, really big. Love to see what would happen if Qing declares war. Mexico really gaining a lot of strength, but still nowhere close. I thought they were getting closer to the total for the USA. Actually, you know what? Let's not check on total. Total doesn't matter. Then we checked on total last time. We need to check on force limit. Okay, so the force limit size of the Russians is way out ahead of everybody right now. Okay, then we have the USA, who's like, you know, pretty far out in front of the third place person, the Ottomans, at 131, and then Mexico is at 110. So they're trying. Qing, not that powerful. Canada actually pretty much tied in 5th place with force limit size. Then we have a huge drop-off, not a huge, but pretty significant drop-off. Peru, Austria, Revolutionary France, Brazil, Prussia, British Columbia. Surprised that they're doing so well, in terms of their force limit at least. UPCA is also surprising to see so high. Bavaria, surprised that Egypt is so low. I figured they'd have more strength than that. We have Australia, Spain. Cheyenne's got a large force limit too. Anyways, let's check in on maybe manpower. Obviously, Qing has got a lot of manpower. So do the Austrians. But again, this is so temporary. You know, it depends on the wars they've gotten themselves involved in and stuff like that. So you can't look at that too deeply. We haven't checked on naval force limit. Let's go and check on that. Portugal actually has the biggest fleet. Then it's a tie between Russia and Great Britain. I remember a few videos ago, I was just talking about how I thought the British had by far the strongest fleet, but I guess not. But the Russians' fleet more than likely is spread out all around in the Mediterranean, in the Baltic Sea, in the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. I mean, so I still think that if the Russians and the British got into a war, British would probably still dominate in terms of the seas, the ocean. Netherlands doing very successful also with their ships. Spain, then Mexico, Revolutionary France, Brazil. All right. Is there any more categories that we really should be checking in on? I mean, I guess I should keep in mind technology. Yeah, I should keep in mind technology. I think it's actually the other way. I mean, it is a part of the campaign, obviously. I'm not sure exactly how far the mod goes. Who's overall the best? A Spanish colony. All right, province overview, religion, nation technologies. All right, so I just care really about military technologies. Right now, it's pretty much a big old tie. I guess we shouldn't need to look at that. Let's look at development, though. This is a big category. Again, I'm going to have this playing in the background while we look over this stuff. We've got Russia with the most development, then Qing, then the USA, then Mexico. So if you picked, I think I picked Russia again to win Europe. Right now, it's looking pretty good for that scenario to happen. Peru seems to be, again, kind of this dark horse in South America. Very surprised at that. Very shocked. Also, in the corner, you can see Thailand's having quite a bit of success against British Bengal. Then the Ottomans here in the Middle East, Austria. Anyways, development. British are pretty low in terms of development, but it's very interesting to see Mexico so close to the Americans. We could see Mexico win North America, which would be crazy, but very likely, I would think, especially if they continue to expand into Central America. Because U.S. are going to be kind of screwed at some point. They are going to be kind of screwed at some point. As well as, you know, what's going to be tough is to try to... I mean, Africa, again, Africa in present day was the hardest to predict. Africa's going to be by far the hardest to predict, I think, in this one, too, because you have no idea what's going to form out of some of these colonies. Again, like we said, there's no way Belgium's going to keep this colony. There's no way. I don't think Portugal... I think Portugal may keep their colonies, perhaps. I don't know. Wow, these Algerian separatists are still here. How have they not had success in breaking away from this nation? And again, the British losing more and more strength as we continue to get further and further into this campaign. It's crazy. And honestly, this is the best case. Oh, the Ottomans just peaced out with Naples. Actually, Tunisia pushed out Naples. All right, so there you go. Naples is no longer, as well as Sicily has formed. Okay. So Naples lost a lot of power there. Oh, man, I'm sure they regret that. So is the Liberty Desire still at 100%? Yes, it is. So at any point, I'm waiting. Oh, and now they're being supported by Austria. Okay, so the Ottomans will for sure, if Austria and Russia get involved with an Egyptian independence war, the Ottomans are screwed. There's no way. Now, maybe they could be waiting for Yemen to also build up that Liberty Desire. That would be a big deal because then the Ottomans lose everything. The Ottomans at that point will lose everything, and they'll just be kind of regular Ottomans. And then we could see Egypt really become a major player in Africa, as well as the Arabian Peninsula. Because then they'll be able to kind of choose wars, do whatever they want. and do their thing. Yeah, so this is pretty one-sided so far. I don't even know if they want British Bengal. They actually want this stuff down south, which is interesting, and kind of Malaysian territory, Singapore. Actually, I don't know why they haven't occupied Singapore just yet. Obviously, Indonesia is not doing very well here. They have lost pretty much, I mean, a huge chunk of their former lands in this region. Wouldn't be surprised if we just see like a race, because after all these islands are taken off, which actually they will be, they are. There's almost nothing left. I think the Europeans are they've got their hands full, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a race for Australia and Australian lands. Obviously, we see the first non-British colony with the Netherlands arriving. How is the British Pacific doing? They're doing okay. Nothing too amazing. The Netherlands also getting involved there, but, you know, that will not last. Japan is about to... they annex their vassal. They'll probably take over Useji. I don't know why they've kept them around for so long. Obviously, they got kicked out of North America, and they no longer have a chance of colonizing because all of the North American coast is now under some sort of power. There's really only a handful of provinces left. Obviously, quite a few natives, though. Have the USA vassalized any of this stuff? No, I figured maybe that's what they'd be doing, but no. I don't know what they're doing. Which they're losing out on so much power, which is crazy. Canada's almost destroyed every native that they can, except for Cheyenne. And remember, this is one of the stronger natives, I would say. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I know technology-wise, they're not very strong at all. If Mexico wanted to, they could really, really make things tough for the USA and just start eating away at these native tribes too. Let's go ahead and double check. There's been quite a long time that's gone by. We've probably missed on maybe a few wars. Venezuela, not having too much success so far. No, we actually didn't miss anything. Let's go ahead and check what happened to Hanover. See, the Netherlands seem to be like the new British. The Netherlands seem to be losing a lot now. Yes, and not most, but a lot of that power did go to, it looks like Prussia maybe? A little bit of power went to Prussia. Still really want to see if Germany is going to form. I think it's very likely, but we'll see. Yeah, I think it's pretty likely. Who are you allied to? Oh, Prussia. Okay, so you'll probably be vassalized at some point, that smaller little guy. So revolutionary France, or Sweden, seems like that is for sure going to happen. It looks like, perhaps. Haven't seen too... Wow, now Brazil and Peru are over here. And they're giving their occupation up to Spain, I'm sorry. Is this occupied by... Oh, no. They're not. Wait a second. Well, yeah, this is pushing for Spain. Spain might be able to take a lot more than they originally wanted. I mean, it's likely that the AI just is going to be satisfied with Gibraltar, and they're just chilling in this war. What's their liberty desire at? Yep, so they're going to also peace out at some point, too. But they don't have a country... I'm sorry, they're going to start an independence war, but they don't have a country supporting that independence, which they surely will not be able to break away with these Spanish alliances. So again, British are just getting their butt kicked, and they really need to kind of focus on just, I don't know, uniting their power, consolidating their power, just giving up some of these colonies. That's what they really need to do. They need to give up on some of this stuff. Egypt still has not declared their war. I don't know what they're waiting for. Maybe the Ottomans have been pretty successful keeping that liberty desire pretty low for them. It's important to take note that, again, like I said, is that a lot of the powers that are really colonizing Africa and having a lot of success are not super strong. Portugal, Belgium, and, well, those are the big ones. The Americans are pretty tough, and I'm surprised they haven't continued to push for stronger, and the Netherlands here too, but they don't have that much power in this region. What is this? Reactionaries? Oh, okay. As well as some nobles. Let's double check. So it looks like one new war might have popped up. Canada versus... Ooh! Okay, so we've seen this before. We've seen something like this happen. Canada seems to have some issues with Denmark because they... I guess they really like Greenland. So... And I think Canada's going to be successful. Denmark really has nothing. Even though Denmark has some alliances, I don't see... And I guess Prussia could get involved. I don't think Prussia has a navy that can compete with the Canadians, but all the Canadians really have to do is make sure that they land a few troops, and they will surely take over Greenland, which we've seen happen before. Yes, Canada loves Greenland. I guess. I guess so. Argentina has not lost. I'm sorry, Peru's not lost their Argentinian lands that they took away from Argentina a few videos ago. I'm surprised just because it was a weird spot for them to take. This is a very interesting island. Big divide between the French, the Portuguese, and the Spanish, at least. I guess that's what I mean. Has Thailand peaced out just yet? No. They have not. They have not, but more and more British lands are being occupied in British India. Spain's at 39 war scores, so Spain is gonna. I'm thinking they're gonna take more than just Gibraltar, because I mean we could probably check. Actually, you know, Gibraltar might actually be a high cost. Gibraltar, I believe, is a well-developed province in Iberia. Very kind of successful province here. What does it say? No, it's not. No, you only need what? 4%? Province war score cost 4%. Okay, so they're looking at something else then. They must be looking at going after something else that we don't see. Oh my gosh. Or they just really want to destroy the British and, you know, have them go through a lot so you don't have to worry about them as much anymore. Hamburg's still after Hanover, so Hanover will probably be destroyed at some point completely. This Chile-Norway war has been going on forever. British West Indies having some success against the Netherlands. Canada, I don't believe, has... Where's Canada at? Wait a second. Did Canada... Oh, there they are. Bam. They're -2. It's an imperialist war. Is there anything else? Central American government change. Oh. Changed government from form of Great Britain. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe... they'll probably grab that land if they have success, but they're not actually, weirdly enough. They must have a very interesting war goal. I've never... This is an interesting casus belli. Yeah, that is interesting. I do need to look at these more. I'm sorry, I apologize. It's just that in the present day mod that we did beforehand, most of the wars were just nationalist wars. So there's no real... It's just like a nationalist war or an independence war. Punjab, I think, is expanding, aren't they? Did they or no? Well, yeah, I know that obviously they took Persian lands, but I mean, like, it looks like they might have grabbed 1 or 2 provinces down here. Maybe something really quick. See, those are the wars. That's what's hard to keep up in these AI-only battles in EU4, is you don't know when like little provinces fall, just because like big nations like Qing and stuff like that can take things over in like boom, you know, a swift hit. It'll be done in like a few months, and it's only one province, so you don't really see a big difference visually. I'm just looking at like font size and stuff like that. I mean, that's the only way you can kind of tell if the font size is slightly slanted or a little bit bigger, something like that. Wait a second. There's something that I was supposed to check in on that I wanted to check in on. I can't remember what it was though. Possibly religion, Protestantism. What's going on here? State religion, secular. Aha, very secular so far. Even the state religion is secularism, but the religion of the province is Protestantism. Okay, I get you. Just wanted to check that out. Okay, let's check in on the wars. There we go. So we've got a few more, it looks like. What else is going on? Maybe they're smaller. Mexico, finally. Okay, so Mexico's going to go after those natives, which is a smart choice. Portugal has gotten themselves involved in a British colonial war. Aha. And obviously they're going to have some major success there. But anyways, guys, I'll have to stop right there. French are back at colonizing the Sahara. I'll have to stop right there, though, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.